All right, here we go. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sit up. Today we're going over how to present loan documents. This could be the scariest part when you're first starting. I know I was super nervous. I had no idea. I didn't have a game plan how I was going to present. You just get certified and you get a call, say it's time to work, and then you got 150 pages of different documents and you're not sure what to say. What do I say? How do I present it? Do I give too little? I know we don't go into too much detail. I mean, do I want to go overboard? Am I saying too much? What to say? So I'm gonna go over all the videos I watched and the people I learned from. I believe there's like 5 of them, and then I'll show you, the YouTube and the videos that I just watched back to back. And I still watch them even after I have a little bit of experience now, and I can present documents comfortably. I still watch them. Now that I have a feel for it, I can speak the language. I go back and watch it so I can get fluent. So without further ado, here are the videos that I learned from on how to present loan documents. All right, so first up, let's see what we got here is the National Notary Association. Managing loan signings like a pro live workshop. And this video is an hour long, and they go into really good detail on every document. All 3 of the presenters here present loan documents. They don't all do their own full presentation, but they go in pretty good detail on from beginning to end, but calling the buyer, setting up the whole full process. And they go over different documents each, and they give like a very brief description of what the document is and how they handle it. So I learned a lot from watching this video here. So if you want a little more detail on the full process, then you want to go watch this one. And even if you don't want a lot of detail on the full process, still watch this one. Okay, National Notary Association, Managing Loan Signings Like a Pro live workshop. It's an hour, 3 minutes, and 50 seconds. Okay, next. This guy here, this from Ty Goetz, Goetz. Okay, Tyegoetz, and it's loan document signing tutorial. It's a VA loan. Even though it's a VA loan, the presentations from every loan signing pretty much going to be the same. So it doesn't matter whether it's VA or any other type of loan. Most of the documents are the same outside of a few pages. You're always going to have a deed, closing disclosure, settlement statement, right to cancel form, this one here is pretty direct, straightforward. This video is only 10 minutes long, so it's the way he has it here is straight from page 1 to the last page. That's it. There's nothing. He doesn't go over before or after. It's strictly just on loan signing, and it's very direct and does exactly what I needed to hear when I was learning how to present documents. Give the title and a brief description on what's inside. We have them sign the date. Next page. So this one here, Ty Goetz, Goetz, loan signing document tutorial. And this video is 10 minutes and 8 seconds. So this one is pretty good, especially if you're in a hurry and you need something just to brush up real quick on your way to a signing. Just put this on and listen. So next one. So this one here I watched religiously. This one is from Wayne Clemens Jr. How to handle a loan signing as a notary public. Okay, this video here is 27 minutes, and this one helped me out a lot. I watched everyone else, and I just felt like when I watched his, it just worked for me. All these will work for you. Every video here will work for you. 100% you can learn from. And I'm just showing you different videos so that way you get a feel for different presentations, but for the most part the presentations are the same. Give the title, brief example, sign here, date here. But this will help you get get a feel for to being comfortable. And maybe somebody might say a few words different than you would say, or you can say it exactly how they would say it, and then once you get comfortable, put your own mix on it, or take a little bit from everybody else. But this video here by Wayne Clemens is very helpful, very helpful. So take some time out your day. If you're new to loan signing, watch this video. And if you have experience with loan signing, watch this video again. Wayne Clemens Jr., How to Handle a Loan Signing as a Notary Public. This one helped out a lot. Before my first signing, this is the video that I watched to back. All right, we're back. Okay, so this is the one that I watched a lot. All right, next one. Let's see who we have. Is it about to start? I don't want to start. Okay, so this is Notary to Notary, and this one as well is super helpful. Sample loan closing with Notary to Notary. Okay, this video is only 10 minutes long as well. Okay, so it's not long, and it gives you a lot of detail. And she just same as everybody else. Title of the document, a brief description on what it is, because sometimes the signer may say, what is this? You may give them the title, like you may say HUD addendum or closing disclosure, and say, what is this? Or settlement statement, what is this? Errors and omission, what is this? So it's good to know what the document is. You don't want to just flip out a document, say sign here, date here, or this is the title, sign here, date here. This is your deed, sign here, date here. Like, what's the deed? What's it for? So this is another very helpful presentation, and she's very comfortable presenting documents. She's probably done thousands already. I'm not even close to that. But I also watch this back to back because it's only 10 minutes, so it's easy to remember and get a grasp on all the information if it's only 10 minutes, and then you can rewatch it and then get a flow on how to present these documents. And here's my last one. Let's see who we got. I don't want to start it.
I'm Mark, and
let's go. I paused it. Mark Wills. Everybody knows who this guy is. Never stops. Well, this guy smiles everywhere. How to do a loan signing as a notary public, notary signing agent, training loan signing system. So this video is 13 minutes long, and this as well is extremely helpful on building your confidence presenting loan documents, because I know it can be scary at first. Because you're going into people's houses, you don't know who they are. It's your first time meeting, and then they're waiting on you to present. I mean, you got to take charge and lead the transaction, so to speak. So we got Mark Wills. So if you haven't watched any of these videos, I don't know what's going on. If you watched all these videos, watch them again. If you've watched some of them and you didn't know about the other ones, now you do. So now you can watch them. All right. Very good information on how to present loan documents. Okay, so we got Mark Wills, Notary to Notary, Wayne Clemens Jr., Ty Goats, I hope I'm saying that right, National Notary Association. All right, and that's it. Those 6 videos are the ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos that I watch, and I still go through and watch them. They may have a document in there that I haven't done yet, or I've only done once, and they've probably done 30 times, and I see how they present. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Also, it has nothing to do with loan. Let's see. Notary. Nothing to do with loan documents, but Notary Titans. If you're not binge watching Notary Titans, then you should start. When you get in your car, just put it on. They should put this in podcast form if they haven't already. But Notary Coach is the YouTube, and if you just type in Notary Titans, these videos will come up, and they just do hour sessions on Zoom, and people call in and ask about certain documents and how to present, what to do here, how to handle this. Everybody's in different states, so it's state specific. But this is also very helpful. Nothing to do with loan documents, but you may get a document in here that someone called in about that could be inside your loan package, like the per diem interest. That is crazy. Anyway, so that's my loan signing teachers. These are my loan signing teachers, all 5 of them. All right. Okay, so when I print out the loan documents, I don't change anything. I don't put anything out of order. But sometimes, like, the closing disclosure is super important for the borrower, and you need to break that down for them. So sometimes it's not at the front of the package. It may be in the back or halfway through. So what I do is I flip through, put a sticky note, so when I do get to their house, I can start with that. Flip it over, break down the closing disclosure, and then I'll put everything back, and that way it stays in the same order that I received the documents. Or the settlement statement, that's a big one for them as well. So you can just put a sticky note on the side and just write, closing CD, and then you can flip it over. You can start with that settlement statement. Notice a right to cancel, that's a good one, that you can put towards the beginning, after you do this one, because they need to confirm that the fees are correct and the percentage is correct. So this is a good one to start with. But once they do the closing disclosure and you get past the notice of right to cancel, because that can be like a mental cushion for them, that they know that they have 3 days to cancel if anything is not what they agree to, or if they're not sure about something. Sometimes you may do a signing and it's 9 at night, and chances are you may not be able to get a hold of the title or the lender. So they may be a little more cautious and not sure if they want to sign. But if they know they have 3 days to think about it, because signing right now doesn't lock everything and complete it, they still have 3 days, create a little more cushion, and then they'll be a little more apt to finish the rest of the signing without any issues or questioning. So if your closing disclosure is not in the front and you don't want to take a chance on putting everything out of order, sticky note, closing disclosure, or settlement statement, another sticky note for your right to cancel, and you can leave everything in the exact same order that the lender sent it to you. All right, so for me, I did write down my list here. You can't see it, but anyway, it just goes over the different documents and what's in it, and how I present it is all, when I say closing disclosure, it's just the breakdown of all the fees, loan term, loan type, loan amount, interest rate, monthly interest, penalty, prepay penalty, whether they have it or not. Most of the time they don't. Estimated taxes, closing costs, closing disclosure. And I just go down, I put the title and confirm the amount. Point to the next one, confirm the amount. Okay, sign and date, page 5. Payment schedule. There's a payment schedule form. Sometimes they have something to sign depending on the lender. They want to sign or they want initial. Uniform loan application it goes over the type of loan and has their personal information. Like normally the tops, these are I'm in California. The first section is the type of loan. It breaks down pretty much everything that's on the closing disclosure. The second section is property information. Third section is borrower's information. Sign the top and initial the bottom if they have it there. So you want to make sure and check for initials. I had a deed of trust that needed initials on every single page, even the page that I notarized. And I'll do, like, my previous 15, 20 didn't have that. But that one time I did that loan, they needed initials. So you gotta check for the bottom corner and see if they have initials. It's very important. They have credit score disclosure. You don't need to explain that. They look at your credit. Just initial, sometimes initial and sign. General contact information. They confirm that that's the address, phone number, etc. sign and date if they have it. Occupancy form. Now, this is your primary residence, which normally is checked off for them already. Flood hazard determination. That they'll get it if they need it or if required by the lender. Patriot Act, that's for you. Escrow account disclosure. Goes over your payments to the escrow. Pretty simple. Escrow, what is it called? Account disclosure. Disclose the account to escrow. So that's pretty much a no-brainer. Okay. Oh, first payment letter. They get temporary pay stubs, and if when they make that first payment, if they don't get something in the mail already, they can use those to take care of that. There's a correction agreement. That's pretty simple. You'll give them limited power of attorney to make any corrections, any clerical errors that needed to be changed or adjusted. Consent to release information. That the address and phone number is, what did I have here? It's just personal information that you consent that they are able to use it. Gets a little confusing. Deed of trust. The deed is the pink slip to the house, and they own it for the next 30 years. Okay. My screen went sideways. I hate that. Per diem interest. That one's always kind of weird to explain. I even watched a video. I think Mark Wells had a video on explaining the per diem interest, and he did a good job explaining it. But I watched it, and I'm like, I still don't get it. I don't want to explain in 5 minutes to them. But how do I break that down in one sentence? But anyway, there's normally just 2 boxes to check when they want their funds to disperse. If they want it, I believe on the quickest or soonest business day, something, and then the next one is following a Monday, something confusing. But most people just choose the top box. Your note is your promise to pay, which that's stated on the document already. And the note I just point out 3 things on the note. The loan amount, which should be at the top, and the first payment date, which they will ask for because this is not on a closing disclosure. They'll ask for when do I make my first payment, and you point that out, and then the final payment, which will, if they did it in December 1st, 2020, it'd be November 2050. That was a 30-year loan. Property condition certification and properties in good condition, certain authorization, tax return request. Simple, but you point out normally they have 3 they have the 3 years written there right above the signature that they need, that they look back on the tax return. So you just point that out to them, have them confirm the information at the top that is correct, and show them where they need to sign and date. And sometimes they have the date in there already, which is nice, but still confirm it just in case the lender might have put the wrong date, and the signer cross it out, initial, and put the right date. W-9, no need to explain that. Everybody knows that. I don't have every document in here, but it's just like a brief, simple description on what the document is. You don't want to go in there and say, this is your note, sign here, date here. This is the deed, sign here, date here. That looks bad. You don't look like you know what you're talking about. Because then what if they have a question like, what is this? They say, oh, I'm just here to do sign and date, that's it. That's not a good look. Because imagine if you were the title and you sent out a notary to notarize the documents, and the borrower's called back and they want to give a review on how on your skill set and how you presented the documents. And they say, oh yeah, the notary just said sign here, date here, sign here, date here. And I had a question about my document, and they just said, I'm just here for sign and date, that's it. Like, imagine how you feel as a title, and you couldn't take a second to tell them what the title is and a brief description on what the document is. Obviously, we don't do numbers. Whatever the numbers are, that's what it is, and they have to call title on that one. But as far as what the documents are, you can break down a little smidge on what it is, and that's it. Okay, so watch those videos on presenting loan documents. It is super helpful, and it'll keep you on your toes. And more than likely, somebody's going over every document that you probably will ever see. I do normally get like 1 or 2 documents that's specific to that loan, Most of the time, it's if it's a VA, there may be a couple forms, or if it's what's that called? The housing. I forgot what it's called. I can't think of it now that I'm on camera. But when you stay in a certain community and they gotta have, anyway, there may be a couple documents that you may have questions on that's not normal or routinely seen. But that's where you give the lender a call before you go out, preferably an hour before, because you have no idea how many documents they sent out to different notaries. So give them enough time to read it through and or to get to your question. Okay, but presenting loan documents, the first one's you're gonna be nervous. I was nervous. I was shaking in my boots, but I got through it. It went smooth. So now I don't have a problem. I can get a call and have an hour notice, present the documents, and I'll be okay, because most of them are the same. Once you get past like 10, 15, then you'll see that it's pretty much general. But you gotta break past that first one. So get you a script. Do what somebody else, watch those videos and see what they said about the note, the deed of trust, and the other documents, and see what they said on how they presented it. Then write it down, and then you practice it, and then you write down your own after, or blend the two, because you're only saying half a sentence. Okay, so that's it. I don't want to keep repeating myself. Just watch the videos, and after you watch them again, and after you watch them again, then watch them again, and then after you watch them again, watch it. You get it. All right. Thank you. Almost forgot. Remember, you are meeting somebody for the first time. They're meeting you for the first time. You're inside their house. They about to sign their life away for the next 30 years. It could be a little stressful. Who knows what they went through, how long it took for them to get the documents. I had a closing that took since July, and it got closed in October. So it took them a while. My point is, be comfortable. Crack a joke. I like to crack a joke. Like when I get to the payment where it shows all their payments, where it's like 10 pages of back to back to back, and I might say, oh yes, next is everyone's favorite document, the payment schedule. I'm like, bam, and they're like, ha ha ha, just to put a little excitement in the air. You don't want to just be there. Okay, next is your payment schedule, and this is sign here, date here. Okay, your deed of trust has your loan amount, and your first payment is here, and the final payment due here. Page 14, you want to sign at the bottom, and it's like, that's boring. Ask them how they doing. How's your day going? Okay, try to break the mold. Okay, you are kind of like somewhat of a salesman, I guess. I mean, because the more comfortable they feel with you, then it's easy for people to say nice thing about people they like, and they gotta have something to like about you. Maybe you're just friendly, you're pleasant, you smell good. Make sure you smell good. I don't know, I could go on. Let me show you something that I messed up on. I don't even know where it's at on my business card. I forget. But let's just say this was my business card. So on my business cards, on one of them I forgot. Oh yeah, it's right there. Yeah. So here's the business card. You want to know what's on the back? Nothing. So if you're smart like me and you had a business card and you put nothing on the back, but you know what I do here? I write the date on it. I may do something like BAP 2020. So this is very helpful. I'm gonna still use this card, so I'm gonna wait till I do a signing, and I'm gonna put the date in the middle, like 1, 2, 3, and I'll leave this on the table. Okay, so if you can leave it kind of sitting up that way, because sometimes the signers may forget the date too. I'll forget the date, and I always double check my watch. Even if I do know the date and I know for sure it's like the 30th, I still check my watch to confirm, because I don't want no mistakes. I don't want to assume. I rather know. But anyway, leave this on the table, and it's a good way to leave your business card, which you should leave anyway. Um, write the date in, leave it on the table so they can look up at it. So now mentally, this creates like an attachment. Like they needed this to complete the job. So now that they have your business card, they remember, oh, I used this to complete the job. So maybe I'll need him again to complete the job. All right. Kind of a sales tactic. But anyway, crack a joke, smile, laugh about something. Um, I don't know. I don't know like specifically what to say, but like I had a lot of sales jobs in the past. So I can go and talk to people and introduce myself and have fun. It's easy for me. You know, I was supervisor at my old job, and every single morning I had to give a speech, a presentation about the previous day, about what's going on today. You know, give thank you, stuff we need to work on. People asking me questions, I'm responding back. So I'm kind of used to kind of being on the spot, public speaking. But don't just be boring. Have fun. Hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Like when you first meet them. Another thing I do is I answer the door with my ID. I think I said that in my other video. I always have my ID out because, and I have, you know, obviously I got my mask ready, but before I put the mask on, they open the door. Hey, how you doing? This is me. And I had my ID. It's me in the flesh. We made it. Right? Then I'll put the mask on because then that'll create some comfort. Some comfort because it's a strange person showing up at their door. I mean, chances are whoever answered their door at the time, like if the appointment's at 6, whoever's coming at 6 is probably gonna be the notary. I mean, like, but still, you never know. You don't want to take that chance. So create some comfort. Like you have all, you get their ID, you get their social, you know all the information, you know how much they're paying on their house, you know their credit score, all kind of other stuff. At least they can do is have some comfort. Like this is the guy. All right, because they appreciate it. They appreciate it versus you coming in. Where do we sit? Let's go. You know, create a little love barrier in between. So have a nice smile. Practice on your smile if you're not a natural smiler. Okay, if just learn to be pleasant to be around. Okay, people will. It's hard for people to say something negative about people they like. And if we just go in the door and knock out the documents, boom, got it done in 45 minutes. Maybe you could have got it done in 55 minutes and just added a little more talk about something in the air. You know, what'd you do today? Oh, I just got done doing this, or these are my plans for later. And I'm like, what? That's cool. Me and I end up talking to another signer during the signing about cage fighting. I'm like, oh yeah, I watched, you know, the cage fights, and I was like, what? I watch it too. And then he ended up knowing a whole lot of stuff, and we just talking back and forth, and we still text about fights that's coming up. So enjoy yourself. Make sure they enjoy theirs. Remember, they are signing their life away for the next 30 years, and it could be stressful. You never know. So make it as calm, smooth, pleasant as possible. All right. Thank you very much.